If you ever faced a Scandinavian defense, you probably know how annoying it can be that someone can just learn a couple of lines and a couple of plans and get an absolutely valid game. And it's quite hard to break through it because it's so solid. It is like a London system 2.0, but for black. So let me show you my very easy to play and simple anti-Scandinavian system. I will analyze it in my opening course, which I'm publishing, no worries. And after that, there will be a lot more to learn because I will play an entire game, walk you through my thought process, and then do a game analysis and walk you through it, show you everything there is to learn in this game, which will be a lot. So let's go. So we face a Scandinavian. I was really praying on a normal Vienna, but guess not. So I believe this is a logical move. I mean, that's also fine. Um, let's just develop. I'm quite sure, by the way, the bishop should be here. I'm not sure why my opponent put it not there. This is, by the way, again, a weird move. Like, why are you blocking your knight? Everything that I said was actually quite true. So after e4 and d5, we do take. He takes back. We get this knight out. And now the most logical thing to do is get your bishop to pin me. I should unpin, develop the knight here, not the pawn, so that you at least have very fast queenside castle. And after h3, there are a lot of lines. Let's say he doesn't take, we can develop this knight now, and after something like takes takes, queen goes back, we just develop and play for a very nice setup. I have a very long sample line here because I don't want you to just learn a opening course but then be stuck in a middle game. But I won't show you everything. If you want that, you will have to wait until I publish my opening course. But my opponent doesn't do that. He goes for the knight in some variation. I just play d4, which is a very nice move. And here he plays his bishop to f5, which isn't even included in my course because it's such a weird move. I should just unpin, castle, he should develop, kick the bishop. The only logical thing to do here is sag the bishop, by the way, but it's a very sharp line, I cannot lie. Let's say you develop your other knight, which my opponent didn't do. He played c6, still just castles. Let's say long castles, I can just develop. E5 is met with c4, which is kind of what we got in the game, and we just march through. Um, this opening is quite sharp for us. We go for quite a weird setup, but it's very hard to play for our opponent, and we can force him into these lines where you just have to sag the bishop. Because if you don't, what are you doing? If you just go back, you first of all wasted the move. We can just kick the queen, get our knight somewhere, maybe have some tactics here. It's very sharp. You have to know your lines, but we get in such a nice position. So I'll look for something that looks like something that we got. Let's say this, but he did develop the bishop to f5. Here he has to go for the check. Our opponent went back, which is again just a weird move. We can just develop all of our pieces. He kingside castles, develop the pieces, kick the bishop, and after it takes and takes, queen has to move. We can just make everything solid, not show, by the way, where we are going to castle, because queenside castles with a pawn storm is quite valid when he doesn't have immediate counterplay on the queen side or the center. So let's say he plays his rook here just to break open the queen side so that we cannot castle queenside yet. He goes for this, take, sacking a pawn just for development of the bishop, and opening up a line so that we cannot castle queenside very easily. So now we have to castle kingside, and after takes, 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 and takes. Yes, he damages our structure, but we can make everything very solid. We are up a pawn. We can give it away, fair enough, but here he has to make sure the knight doesn't get trapped, which is quite difficult. After takes, 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 and this, the knight is just trapped. He has to take, we can attack the rook, knight is hanging. You're cooked. You are just cooked. You can give it away with a check, do this. There's a line here where takes, you get pinned and you lose the bishop. So here you have to know king to g3. Probably this is trying to just give a check to make it difficult for us. If we move up, we get pinned. So this is again a trap. So here we have to take this with an attack. You move and we can just go for our own attack. I again included a long sample line here so that you never get stuck in the middle game. And after this, we can, by the way, just sack the rook because this leads to a tactic where we win back the rook. There are a lot of checkmating lines here as well, but I won't show you everything. You will have to wait until I publish my course, which I'm working very hard on. By the way, if you're interested in this course, let me know in the comments, please. But I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but if you know what to do in any variation and you know the plans, you know that damaging your structure isn't that bad, and this is not even our ID. If I see this variation, I would think queen h2, double the rooks, he would have to defend, and then we probably have d5 opening up this, and maybe using our doubled pawn or our h-pawn as a battle ram. That's not even the plan. Um, the plan really is to keep everything quite solid and give up this pawn because we can just trap your knight. And if you don't acknowledge that, we get a very bad counterattack. Now this is trapped, you have to counterattack, but we can counterattack your counterattack. Obviously, you don't have to memorize all of this, but it will help. And other than that, you should just know the variations, know the plans, know what's brewing in the position, and know your plans. So, if you learn anything, subscribe and let's go back. Mm, I mean, I don't know. Let's just develop. Do I want to trade light squared bishops is a bit of a question. I have no clue, so let's not. I also don't know where my bishop wants to be. You have a lot of pawns on light squares, so probably not trading light squared bishops was a smart choice. Can I, by the way? But if you do this, take, take, do I really want to open up your rook to my queen? King. King. I can also do this. There's no trap, so let's just do it. If you do this now, that is fine. Here, there is a case to be made for take a piece, but that doesn't really work. Are you trying to castle kingside? I really want to make a waiting move, actually. I'll castle. Let's see if he castles. If he castles, I will do this. Wow. Um. Okay, free bishop there. Let's go. I'm a bit confused why you would give me the bishop pair like that, but thank you very much unless I missed something. But I'm quite sure he just gave me the bishop pair. Um, a bit a strange decision, in my opinion, but he'll be fine. I mean, it's not a losing mistake. It's just a bit weird to give it up that easily. Unless I missed something again, like this is quite a complicated move that might do something. Um, take a piece, take a piece, take a piece. You have to take a piece. Okay, I can just take the bishop. And now we have the bishop there. Chill. Um, This is not a plan, so let's just develop the rook. You'll probably move your knights. Maybe I don't want my bishop here. But I mean, I could trade your bishop. You have all of your pawns on light squares, so you did trade your weak bishop, to be fair. Like, it's not the end of the world, but... Uh, I mean, if you have the choice between improving a pawn or improving a piece, you should always improve the piece, so let's follow that advice and improve our rook. We will never be able to push this unless he pushes his e-pawn. But his e-pawn is fine where it is, so I don't really see a plan behind that. I think that this might be our plan. Maybe. I don't know. We only have a bishop there, but his king is quite well defended. We might be able to do this. You did block this, so after queen here, knight defense. I can defend the pawn. Maybe this is our plan, so that take, 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 and knight take, but that doesn't work yet, but maybe in the future. Do I really want my queen there? It's such a... I mean, it's a common idea, but knight here. Maybe this is the plan, but then this pawn is weak. But you do have to go, then I can take, you can attack, maybe I take, you take, you'll win this. I don't know, that's so complicated. Um, I mean, really the annoying thing is that I don't really have a straightforward plan. I don't know what is the point, like what am I trying to achieve? I just know that I have a bishop there, a slightly better structure, and that's about it. So, I mean, I am not in a bad position, but in these types of positions, you always look for a pawn break, usually. But I don't see a pawn break that actually benefits us. And after the knight will probably go here, I will just activate my rook, defending. Maybe this is the plan to get the knight gone. Maybe double the rooks to defend this so we can take and this rook doesn't actually win back the b pawn. We still have improving moves. It's not that I'm telling you that I don't know what to do. I just don't know the actual long-term plan. So I'm expecting this. I'll defend the pawn. I can grab some space. I can still improve this rook just to defend this so that maybe we win this and I mean, for sure, we are not guaranteed to win any of that, but we have improving moves, and that is the only thing that really matters. So he has a lot of pawns on light squares. That is very good for him. I don't know what you're thinking about. This is probably met with this. You'll be forced to go here. But I can just take that. So this is a horrible move. I can just attack it. And yeah, that's it. So this is really the only plan you have. You could do this, but that does not achieve anything. And you're putting more pawns on dark squares, which is bad. You really should put your knight here. Maybe your queen. Okay, there is a case to be made for queen. Okay, that's also a move, fair enough. So now you're trying to do this and discovery attack with a checkmating threat. Um, I mean, that's not dumb. It's just a bit, I mean, I don't know. Um, so I can just make an improving move, stopping your plan. So let's do that. Your only threat is to do this, so let's stop it. If you do that anyway, I have to take the knight, you take the bishop. We have opposite color bishops. Um, yeah, that's probably not too great. But I mean, if you really want to go for this, yeah, okay, that's a bit less boring. So maybe I really should stop that. But I mean, I can't really, right? Um, I can try. Nah, I don't know. Maybe just taking space to bully this away, but I don't really see the plan. I guess that this is just an improving move. So let's just make an improving move. We open up the rook, we control the knights a bit more. Maybe we put some slight pressure on this in the future. Maybe we're preparing this pawn break, actually. Maybe we want the rook here, but I did see a line that was annoying. I think this was the line, so that if you take, it comes with an attack. Um, I mean, there is a case to be made for knight here. I take a piece, you give a check, I just run, you give a check, I run again. And why did you just sack your full house? Your queen is attacked, has to go back. And if I control this, I'm quite sure that your queen is actually stuck. But I can just take the rook too. And I have a feeling that that loses. So there is a case to be made that this move enabled the running of my king. So that this is not actually a threat anymore. And I can just take this now. Yeah, that's not dumb. Fair enough. So let's just put a rook behind it. I still don't actually know what's going on, but I mean, whatever. So maybe I'm trying to push this. Take, 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 and then if this is hanging, that's hanging, and if I take, you take with the knight, and I blunder the piece. So it doesn't work yet. Maybe this is a plan to stop your d5 pressure. Maybe just looking for more improving moves. I don't want to play rook e2 because still this idea with check I have to run, and then this is again made because I cannot go to the e2 square, which is just a very vague and random threat, but I really do want to stop it. So maybe rook to d3 makes more sense. I also can put my rook here. I don't know if it's useful, but it's possible. So I should consider it. Bishop here. Yeah, I don't know what I achieved, to be fair. So I really wanted to put my rook on c1 as well, but then after this, if I let him take, it's with an attack on my rook. So that's again just making sure that tactics can work in his favor, which I don't want to allow. But still, I just have a better structure. I have the bishop pair. So any endgame is better for me, but only slightly. And we both don't really have a plan. Um, we're just gonna play some moves. Fight for the center, probably. Maybe my queen is misplaced, and I should rotate my queen, but I don't really know where I will want my queen to go to. Um, I don't know, maybe it is well placed, just because I'm supporting this. What if I do this move right now? Take, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, bishop takes, queen takes. And I mean, we just traded everything, like actually everything. Um, There's a case to be made for rook here. Bishop goes, I just take. And if you take, I take with an attack, and I just got 2 pieces for a rook, which is winning. Yeah, and after queen here, I do have to defend this because you might be able to play f, but you cannot take with the queen because the rook defends it also. So maybe rook here, and I'm not scared of this. If I put a rook here, oh, rook here. Now there's no knight in, which is nice. So I put a rook in, bishop here. I can take. If you take back, I just created another weakness. I can just leave. And if here, to push this maybe? Or do I want to play it safe with just rook d3, his rook comes, my rook comes? Maybe I can improve my king, play it very slow. I cannot improve my king. It has to guard h2 from the queen. Maybe this is also a plan. And where does your queen move to? So I do this, you double up. I attack your queen, you can stop. But I can take a... I'm disconnected, it says. I have to refresh my page. Okay. So here, just to do this, if you go like that, I can just take and fork you. So I think that my bishop serves more of a purpose here, so I will rotate it. And I'm still not sure where I want to put my rook. But I found something that has more pressure. So I can interchange that. You can't go here because I'll trap your queen, which is absolutely fantastic. You can preemptively move. That's not stupid, but you just deactivated your queen. Maybe I can improve my king because it doesn't have to guard h2 anymore. And I just made it so that I have an extra improving move. Okay, so let's attack the queen. My king has an escape square, so there is no take. I take and I get back rank mated. This is well defended that my king has an escape. If you do this, I can take. You have to take and I fork you. Probably you get 2 pawns for a piece, which should be winning for me. So you will probably just have to move. And what now? So... do I have to do this? I really don't want to. Where does your knight move to? This is the only square. That is very annoying. Yeah, that's not an improvement for me. I just make a big weakness. What if I do this now? So take. Pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes, and then I sack my queen for a rook and I just lost the game. GG. Is there a line with here? Take, knight take, bishop take, knight take, rook take, and I can take the bishop, but I just sacked a rook for a bishop, but I do have awesome pressure here. So there is a no, there's a rook here. So the rook can move, and I don't have anything. I cannot do this. I can do that. I mean, I guess that's the only thing I can do. So I just improved my bishop from here to here. And I couldn't do it like this because the queen was here. So I had to do this rotate, waste an extra move, but I'm defending this now. I'm still pressuring this if needed. And I'm just blocking up a square. That looks bad. Hold up, hold up, hold up. What if I achieve this now? Take, take, take. I'm down a pawn. This is equal. Knight take, knight take. And if rook take, rook take, rook take, queen take, we just traded everything. Okay, I'm not sure. So I can try to do this, but you have to take after, which is not strong enough. How do I improve my pieces? What if I actually go for kicking your knight? Oh, I believe you want to do this to attack that. So if I go here, you go here. If I attack, you take. That's bad. So I go here, you get in. I have to take. And after rook takes, this is hanging. I attack. Okay. Oh, you cannot do this. I can just fork you. Yeah, okay, you cannot do that. Yeah, so let's go. Um, yeah, I forgot. This is a fork. Nice. So I'm threatening to attack, and I think your knight has to go all the way back, which is cool. And maybe I can achieve something there. I'm not sure. Maybe not. It's very possible that I cannot achieve anything, but... Oh, that was actually your plan. Okay, my bad. Um... Oh, I thought about that a while ago. Oh, shoot. So... I go back, you take, 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 skewer, but you take. Um, but then I can take with an attack and take maybe, but you can attack this. Okay, so I attack your knight. You take my bishop, I take your knight. You take the pawn. Um, I can take this pawn, and if you take the knight here, you're... Nah, that's losing. So... I mean, your structure is so bad. Here, take, take, take. Your structure is not bad anymore. Attack like this, take. That is bad. So I have to go back. You will win this. I'll attack your knight. Knight has to go. Take, take. Oh, wait, I can do this, and I'm threatening to take. That is nice. I attack the knight. You take my bishop. I take a pawn. You have to move. I can take this. Oh, maybe that's disgusting. Yeah, and I'm threatening this. And so you have to go here. And I can just take it, save this, take this, and take that. Oh, I think that's winning. I believe. Take, take, move. I can even just rook lift, but you do control this though. So maybe that's not strong enough yet. I mean, you cannot even defend this. You have to go here if you want to, which is possible. I can attack it again, though, which should threaten a form of a mate. So you will have to kick this bishop, and then I could take the knight, take the bishop, take this, to threaten bishop in and promotion. Yeah, I think this is winning. So if you learned anything, like and subscribe. That's a good move. Okay. So take, and I'm threatening to royal fork you. So take, take, and I Have to just save. Okay, that's a good find. Yeah. Well played to my opponent. So you don't have a threat anymore, though. I can just move. After take, I just take with a check and take back. So I think I want to save my bishop, actually. I was saying that I would trade, but I think this is better. You can take, I'll take with a check, and I take this defending the d pawn. And again, this is your only way to defend, which is fine. Huh. So I am threatening to do this. So you have to defend. Then I can take. You're forced to take with the knight. I have two attackers, but it's a rook and a... Yeah, so that is sad. It won't work. So after knight here, can I take? You have to take. Is there nothing? Maybe just this, going for... But you can push. That does leave a lot of pawns very, very weak, but if it's not exploitable, it's not exploitable, so... Yeah, I really hope my opponent messes something up here, because I think that this holds, which makes me quite angry. Oh, maybe that holds too. Um, yeah, I really don't want to take you. Here, and maybe go for something like this. I still don't know what my plan is. I thought I made a lot of forwards momentum, but your position is just cramped, but that's it. So let's just make a move, and we will see. So takes is takes, and I did slightly damage my structure, but I think that my pawn structure is so dominant that it should still win. I mean, you just cannot move your pieces. It should lose in a little while. So I could do this. That's also a thing. What does it achieve, though? I can just attack. You'll have to defend, and I can take and take. And I cover everything. Oh, okay, I see. You want to take, but I'll take. You will have to move, and I can take. You'll have to move. And I sadly enough don't see a checkmate yet, but it should be very winning. I just won a piece. So it's a good idea, but I do not think it works. And yeah, so can I take? And either way you take back, I can take. I'm quite sure that works. Yes, so takes with a check. You will have to move. And is there nothing here yet? If I do this, you take, take, take. Oh no, okay, I have another rook on it. Is that a threat? Can I just go for this? Giving everything up, but how do you defend? You'll have to sack your bishop to defend. So I just do this. If you kick me, Hmm. I'm not sure what I do with that. So I think putting my rook up is stronger. I'll just do this, and how do you stop this? Is my plan. I should have considered that longer, I will not lie. And if you do this, I think that is mate. Quite sure. This takes a run. Oh, I didn't consider that in this variation, but oh, you control that. Ew. Shoot. I can take, if you take. Can you stop this? Move. Damn. If I go like this, you go for here. I still cannot sacrifice. Huh. So I have to go. If you take, and you survive. What? What kind of witchcraft is this? There is no way. This has to be winning. Take. I go here. You can, by the way, run, first of all. Disgusting. Second of all, you can move. What if I take? I'm not even threatening anything. What? If I do this, you just take here, and I don't even have a check. Uh, that's impossible. Here, move. Take. You can survive this. What? Take, you're forced to take. There's nothing. I do this. You take, I can take. That's maybe my best shot. So move, take, move. If I take, you take. Knight takes. I'm not even threatening anything. That's impossible. What? Take. It's fine. If I do this, you take, I take. You can take, and I don't even have a check anymore. I'll have to go here. You can check. No, you can sack so that this isn't unpinned. What is happening? I refuse to believe this. So here. I do get check in that variation. So if I do this, you take my rook. I get check, you can block. Yeah, you can just block. What? Take, check, block. And there's absolutely nothing. I mean, I guess. Let's go back, stop this. You can just take, I guess. This is depressing. I think you're preparing this. If I do this, you just... How did this happen? If I do this, you can take, take. Maybe that's my best chance. Just blow open the center. I have a feeling that after takes you're absolutely fine, but I mean, I don't know what to do. Take, I can at least takes, and maybe I have some form of a threat, but this is even just a 4-0, but I can take this with a check. I mean, it's impossible that that is not winning. Your king is so weak, my pieces are so active, but there's just nothing. So if you take, I can take back with an attack. You're forced to take, then I can take. You take. I can take, you take a piece, I take a piece. If you take with the rook, I take with the rook, and if you take, I can take. And I don't have time. So let's do this, that I'm at least threatening something. You will take, I'll take, and I'm at least threatening something. So I think you'll have to sack the rook to win 2 pawns and a piece. And that should be able to win me the game, I believe. So does this hold? No, that's impossible, right? Does that just hold? I'm disgusted. I have to save the pawns. I'm still up a pawn with a lot of activity, but opposite color bishops. You take, I take, you take, I take. You cannot take that. I missed that. That's cool. I don't have a threat anymore. I'm threatening to trade queens and have a passed pawn, maybe. That's potentially the only thing I have going for me. And if I can go up a piece... No, if I can go up a pawn in this endgame, I should be winning. Only because of your damage structure. Oh, excuse me. Because of your damage structure and, I mean, because it's a horrible position. So if I do this... If you do this, I meant... I can move my queen anywhere with an attack and it just doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess that you just cannot move, so I can reinforce. Oh, yes, you sack. Let's go. You didn't see a rook here, which is... Maybe I didn't see anything, by the way. I won't say that my opponent missed something. I don't know. Maybe I missed something that's very doable too. So I think that check should just checkmate you. So I believe you have to take. Oh, then this is still checkmate. Yes, we both missed that as well. You cannot sack because you can take. This is checkmate. So now you have to move. And I should be very happy. And you have time issues. Perfect. Yeah, I think you have to move. And now check. If bishop blocks, I can take, or I just reinforce this and don't do anything stupid yet. Yeah, let's go for that plan. If this, I could take maybe after check here, you can just go back with the check, which might be annoying. I'm not sure. This might be a big threat. That might be a very big threat. That just forks. Checkmate and a queen. I didn't think about that at all. I think that worked on the previous move as well. If I do this, you take, I have mate. Yeah, this was completely winning. I did miss that. So I think queen here is your... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Okay, yeah, I should be totally winning, okay. So he missed one move, or I missed something after that move. He will probably try something, but I mean, I think one of those two moves should just end the game. Maybe bishop here is a try, but I wouldn't even know for what. I can just take and... Okay, he just runs out of time. That was not a bad game. So if you learned anything, subscribe. By the way, all of my pawn points are gone because I faced a cheater in the previous video and I'm absolutely tilt queuing. That was a horrendous game. Let's go. And let's see what there is to learn. So this is just a normal thing. As I said, the bishop should go to g4, but I probably have done a opening analysis. So I won't go over the opening. This is all the best moves. This is fine. That's an inaccuracy. Castling is okay. This is the best move. It was the best move on the previous move as well, but I was scared of bishop to g6, and if I take, the rook opening up, I didn't want to allow that. So after this, I have takes and takes, which is fine. Improving a rook is okay. This is not the best of plans, but it's fine. Apparently, I should have done this first and only probably then queen to b3. But I mean, it's fine. Apparently, I was completely losing for a move anyway. So I just played an improving move because what else? It's fine. You did that, which was not the best. I improved the bishop, which is an inaccuracy. I should have improved my rook. But I don't see the difference. This is a bit too tunnel vision. I would never have found g6. And if you just develop your other rook, I have the incredible resource. I don't know what that does. And you have to go back. And what now? Now I have to put my bishop on f3. Yeah, big difference, by the way. So I have no clue what the engine is yapping about. If anything, I really want the g3 square for my bishop, which I did later use. So I don't see this as an inaccuracy. It's just a quite human move. Now I defend this with the rook. That's an inaccuracy, but this is bad. I should just block my own rook and not do anything. Maybe that's the point, so I do this with an attack. Maybe that's the point. I go here, you waste a move, I crash through, you take with the pawn, I take with an attack on the queen, you take with the queen, I take back, and I eliminated a defender. That might be... Is this the move? Nope, nope, nope. Back to this, which doesn't make sense at all. Like, the only thing that makes sense, I would say, is this, but after takes, I would say, yeah, take. And here you see I can take, actually. And after take, take, and then takes. That's difficult to see. And now you see that he just has two pairs of isolated pawns, and we are in a slightly better endgame, but not really. This is a brilliant move because you see that distracting. Yeah, fair enough, but I didn't see that at all. Doesn't matter. I didn't play that weird move. I just thought I was improving my bishop, which I did, and it's fine. That's the best move. Okay, so I'm very glad I saw this. So I have to defend this, and I'm still pressuring this, and my bishop just improved a whole lot from g5, even though it took me a lot of moves. So that's an inaccuracy, but I didn't respond well. This is an inaccuracy. That's a mistake, but this is an inaccuracy. So apparently this line does work, but I thought take. And you could take with an attack on this, but I can threaten this. So if you take, I take. You move the king. I can take the rook. You take with the rook. I take this, you take here, and I take. Is that the point? That's the point. And now we're totally equal in material, and I have this big threat. And here I don't even. Oh, this is the plan. God damn it. That's difficult to see. So now we're up a rook for 2 pieces and a lot of pawns. This is stuck. That is a threat, by the way. So after this, I can probably... I can sack my queen. What's the point after this? You just move and don't care. So I... Oh, this is a threat. Okay. So I have to defend. You can move. And now I have to sack my queen because if I queen, you just take. And I sacked the same. We just transpose, by the way. That's quite funny. I can take, and promote, and it's completely the same position-ish. Maybe not. After this, take, the difference is that the queens are shuffled. Take, promote. Yeah, the queen is here in the other variation, which is a bit better, apparently. Yeah, okay, I didn't see that at all. I did quite miscalculate the thing with this move. That is hard to spot. Sacking 2 pieces for this, that's hard to spot. Fair enough. So that was the best move. I didn't see it. I attacked the other way. The one big difference between these is that my queen opens this up, but I am winning. That's the best move. That was a good find. This is an inaccuracy. I had to go 1 square further. I don't see the difference. And if I go here, your best move is to go like this instead of that. Because... What? So what happens if this and you do this? I start attacking. Oh, so we're just pawn storming. That is the difference. Oh no, I didn't think about a pawn storm at all. Oh no, okay, yeah, I understand the engine. I just don't really think that's human, to be fair. So I didn't start a pawn storm. I instead just defended a bit more squares. King goes in there. My queen, that's an inaccuracy. I should start a pawn storm, but that's bad. But this is a mistake. I should just shuffle, which I don't understand at all. That's a great move. Take is an inaccuracy, but you take the wrong way. This is good. Oh my god, I didn't see. After it takes, you actually defend. How did I miss that? That's disgusting. I just didn't see that. That's so bad. So that's a horrible move. You take and you defend, but... So I take, you go here. This is a mistake. Wow, is that the checkmating ID? I do this and you cannot stop mate. That's it. So your bishop is blocked. I would think about this. I go here. Now you can shuffle your rook, but that's... This is mate. Oh, I have 2 mate threads. Oh, I didn't see. We just have a double battery. You cannot stop us. Wow, and if you do this with that, that's still mate. So you cannot go out that way. So you have to go like this. We do this, and then you have to basically sack to open this up. That's still mate. Oh yeah, that doesn't even matter. So you have to disconnect. Take, rook takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes pawn. Nope, we keep up the pressure. That's cool. That's cool. You defend the pawn. I retreat. Okay, this is where it's not human in my opinion, but... Okay, that is such a cool checkmating ID. I didn't even consider. Fair enough. So this is a mistake. You find the best move. That's another mistake. This is a great move. I do sack, which is fine. Take, that's a blunder. If you find queen here, because after take, take, I cannot take because of takes. Oh my days, I didn't see that that was a pin. Oh, I'm pinned. That's why my rook had to be on e1 and not e2. Oh, I just didn't even think about the pin. Okay, so that is a mistake, but you take. Now I'm good. And yeah, so here you have to find this move, which is the only move to survive. And then I just have to wait, apparently, and you just cannot make a move. You can only move a pawn for no reason. And then after take, 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 I would say. Take, take, check. I'm up a piece and two pawn. I mean the exchange and two pawns, and your structure is bad, and I'll have a passed pawn. Okay, so this move is only meant so that I can take, take, and that's not a check. Yeah, okay, so it was losing anyway, but take, you sack. That's a try. But I mean, obviously you cannot do anything after this. Take. I should even be able to just sag the exchange and win this. Yes, I am. Because your structure is just so bad. Yeah, it's only slightly winning, but this is very winnable. I mean, the engine apparently holds. Ah, your king is way too active. Oh yeah, okay, your king is too active. So this should be winnable if I can first activate my king. I mean, whatever, it's obviously unnecessary, but after take here, he just ran out of time. The point being that that is a checkmating threat. If this is gone, you just cannot do anything. Um, and I'm threatening to do this. So really, I should have done this. And yeah, disconnect your queen from e7 and from f7. Threaten something on f7, threaten something on e8, and that is just GG. You have to sag the queen. Taking the pawn is probably not possible because I have check. That's also made in one. Oh, disgusting. After this, I can just take a pawn. You can give a check, but I don't care at all. You don't have check. I mean, what can you even try? It's just over. It's weird that there is no check. Oh, obviously there's no checkmate. Can I not check? No, because after this I still don't have this check. Okay. Yeah, so fair enough. That was a great game. I was very annoyed. I was tilting, but I won in the end, so whatever. I hope you enjoyed, you learned anything, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.